Alright, let's do this. Have my 2 days off. It's Saturday. I know that I've talked about this ad nauseum, a little too much, but let's talk about it again. Mutuals. This has burned me. And I know that I've talked about the parasocial relationship and how I feel about that. But mutuals, non-mutuals have burned me the most. My interaction with people who are not mutuals, and people don't understand like that. That's how it has to be. If tomorrow I'm gonna pick, say some big names, because it's highly unlikely. But if like Nux Taku or Project Melody or even Iron Mouse, decided that they wanted to have a conversation with me, I would be very leery of it unless they became, they started following me or friending me. Even though I'm already friends with them. Yeah, or here I'm friends. Even though I'm already following them, I'm not friends with them. They don't even know I exist. But that holds in true for everybody though. I will respond to people, especially if they're, coming through a mutual, they're coming from, their mutual is one of my mutuals, and they got recommended. I would definitely respond to them, but I'm not going to have much interaction with them. My interaction is going to go as brief and as non-committal as possible. And I hate to do that, but I have a lot of mutuals that I'm dealing with. And they deserve my attention. They showed me at least a monochrome of freaking respect. I think it's absolutely disrespectful to people, especially the ones that expect me to follow them and I'm not worth following. Almost blatantly. Somebody actually came to me and they were like going, "Wow, you drew a lot of these slimes, did you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Well, why don't you draw mine?" And I'm like, "Well, we're not mutuals." Just because I drew a friend of yours, one of your mutual slimes, doesn't mean I'm going to draw your slime. It's so freaking ridiculous. And here's the worst part of it all. I'm talking to, basically I'm preaching to the choir. I'm only talking to people who are mutuals. Only mutuals are actually reading or seeing this. It's very rare be very rare that unless I drew their slime, like somebody who is a big VTuber, because I did a lot of them when I panicked. The panic. So what happened is that I was going along and basically just drawing, all over the place, just people I like. And out of the people that I like, I was starting to like double up and everything like that. So I tried to get organized. Now, people that follow me on all three platforms, there can only be 119 of them. And people that follow me on Twitch and Twitter, there can only be 400 of them. It's a little bit more now, so I think it's 438. But at the time, there could only be 400 of them. So I was only doing, people who are mutuals. Because for the most part, the slimes are VTubers. Supporters and people who artists are also included in there, but for the most part, it's almost all VTubers. And that is it. That was where I was at. So I basically turned to slime everybody who was following me on Twitch, and then I basically ran out. The moment I ran out, it was after I did 400, and I was on the 500 one. I actually said, what should I do? I said that because I'm about to panic. And the people who advised me, the people who are close to me, basically their advice was just don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic. Well, I panicked. And in my panic, what I did was, at the time I already did Hollow Live. There is a handful of people on Twitch that don't follow me on Twitter, so I didn't include them. But that's the reason why, even though I was over 400 and I just reached 400, but that's where they were at. So the people that advised me, they said don't panic. I still panicked because I ran out of original characters to turn into slimes. So I ran out of original characters to turn into slime. So I panicked, and what I did was I did Hollow Live, and I did Hollow Stars as well. And I posted all those up, and it was met with very extremely lukewarm reception. Such a lukewarm reception that I was like, I don't even know why I did it. In fact, I was even thinking about taking that 100 out of the entire thing and doing a whole nother 100. But I think that because I panicked and because I did what I did, I should leave it in. But yeah, the reception from Hollow Live was just basically, it was kind of definitely got a better reception from Shoujo when I did theirs. And I've always, yes, I turned a few Hollow Live members into, especially Hollow Live English, into queues. But for the most part, it's been Shoujo. And Shoujo is having its own little turmoil thing, which it upsets me, but it's not surprising, if that makes sense. I mean, everything changes. I mean, well, when they stopped doing Lewdcast, which was YouTube, which was here, but when they stopped doing Lewdcast, I knew that it was the beginning of the end of that camaraderie and everything like that. And I was actually pleasantly surprised that Shoujo, when they became Shoujo, when they belonged to the first iteration of Shoujo, that it became what it became. But they never brought back Lewdcast. Well, I'm wrong. Project Melody does Lewdcast on Twitch, and she is a solo host. Iron Mouse has Speak of the Devil, which is her own hosting. She doesn't have a co-host, and neither does Project Melody. But they've never done the three co-hosts. That they had when they had Lewdcast, which I thought was absolutely fun and fantastic. Because they just basically opened up with talking about anything. Then they brought somebody in. Then they had a special guest, and they brought somebody in. They either entered the conversation or they started their own conversation, and then they promoted things. They promoted what they were doing, and they promoted what the special guest was doing. And I thought, my God, this is freaking awesome. And it has never gone back. It has never gone back. I have to admit, this is kind of sad that I have not seen Project Melody's Lewdcast on Twitch. I've only seen that she has it. I've only stumbled upon it. But I don't have a lot of time, and I try to watch Iron Mouse even, and I don't have a lot of time. And then I started watching Iron Mouse clips, and I was like, I don't even have time for that anymore. I know she's doing a very, a charity that's dear to her, and I think that it's something that if you can donate, that's something that I would donate to, because it is something that's very dear to her. It means a lot to her. It's not like just another charity to have a charity. actually affects her. I am so freaking early that I'm going to drive around a little bit. Okay, where was I? I was at Project Melody. Holy cow, I got here like freaking, I didn't even speed. Maybe I should have got myself a coffee or something like that. Yeah, so it's kind of, we're not mutuals, so it does end up, the biggest problem is that they end up on, below my mutuals. Mutuals take priority always, and if Iron Mouse became a mutual tomorrow, she wouldn't be my number one mutual because of her popularity. She's going to have very little time. She's going to have very little time to spend, with me as a mutual, because she's got her own shit that she's doing. And it's not a reflection on everybody else who doesn't, everybody, we all have our own shit to do. But the problem is that, she's got 1 million people that she's dealing with on a daily basis. That here's one freaking mutual, even me as a mutual. I mean, it was a complaint that somebody had within V Shoujo. And I think that it's really sad that, that was a complaint, because, what did you expect? What did you expect would happen? And you got your own stuff that's going on. And that's the reason, and me here was, I just was complaining about how there's no Lootcast anymore. And the biggest problem with that is that they have their each individual businesses, and it is probably one of the main reasons why they never revisited or did even a reunion for Lootcast, for that very reason. So are they your friend? Yes, of course they're your freaking friend. Did they stop being your freaking mutual? I have 7,000 people on Twitter that are mutuals of mine. 7,000, and I take. That's why when I say, like, if Iron Mouse became a mutual, I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect as much. We drive past. I wouldn't expect as much. And I think it would be great. I would love to do a collab. It would be when, obviously, she had time. something we would work out. Her people would contact me because I don't have people. And we would work something out. But that would be the closest thing. And then the one of the main reasons why I wouldn't want one of the main reasons I wouldn't want to be mutual with Iron Mouse, and it has nothing to do with Iron Mouse. It has to do with the people who would follow me just because of my association with Iron Mouse. I would rather if Iron Mouse had another account to become mutuals with me, and the time that she could do, we could do that. Because just to be realistic, even out of the 400 and something odd people that I have on Twitch, I've only collabed a dozen times. I've only collabed, it's a dozen times. I've only collabed with like a dozen people. It isn't a, how do I put this? It's something that I would love to do. It's very draining on me. It's very hard on me to do collabs. So far, a lot of the collabs have been kind of ad hoc, and which kind of works, but I don't know if that's more or less draining. But they're still completely draining on me. They're really hard. I love them. I want to do them, but they're very hard on me as far as the streaming life goes. I feel like I'm performing when I collab. I feel like I have to be on. And when I'm streaming, I can just be, whatever. Especially when I'm drawing. Just kind of like there. Just chilling and having a good time. But I don't know if that'll change. I hope the feeling changes and that it becomes what it is. It becomes an organic, collaboration where we both, me and the other person or persons, basically, have a really good time. I like that I'm not scripted. Yeah, it's, everybody watching this, everybody seeing these videos, especially here on YouTube, you guys are the gold standard. You're at the height. Everything goes to YouTube for me. It is my least paid attention to channel, and it is my most revered channel. So it's kind of in a weird juxtaposition. But yeah, I'm saying all this stuff, and you guys are like, well, duh. No, duh. No, duh, Q. It's exactly what you're saying it is. We all respect you. Duh. Well, maybe you don't. You showed me a little bit of respect by, following. Or here on YouTube, it's subscribing. Showed me a little bit of respect just by subscribing and watching these videos. Watching the videos is worth more than subscribing. I can't be mutual if you don't subscribe. I was subscribed to, like, I think a few thousand. Maybe it was 2,000. Could be 3,000. It was a lot. I spent about a week combing through and culling it down, and I only have about 60 channels that I'm personally subscribed to. And all of them are mutuals. One of the big problems with YouTube, and I think they did it on purpose, and I don't know. Maybe I could have that maybe I have that privacy turned on, or maybe I don't. I don't know. But I would assume it's for privacy reasons that it doesn't show me all the subscribers. Because if it showed me the subscriber, I would follow them. I don't want anybody who follows me to think for 1 second that we might not be mutuals. We are mutuals if you follow me or subscribe to me. Because I know how I'm right there with you. I know how it feels. I know how I feel when I follow somebody and they don't follow me back. And it's not that I'm upset with them. It's because of how I was treated with people that I followed who didn't follow me back and who made sure that I knew that we weren't mutuals. From Pitch Posh, we're not mutuals, blatantly saying it, all the way to getting me suspended. And I think of all the things that I did to upset that person, and I certainly didn't deserve it. Certainly did not deserve it. It was in any of it. It does hurt more when people were mutuals and they leave, and they unfollow me or unsubscribe. I don't think I've had anybody really unsubscribe here on YouTube, but they could have. I have lost subscribers, so I don't know why. And again, it's one of the really weird things about YouTube, but I think it's for privacy reasons, and I guess that's how they want to do it. That's how they're going to do it. There could be some YouTube administrator, basically watching over my site. I don't know. The majority of subscribers here on YouTube does not. It's not revealed to me. I don't know who they are. Going with everything else, like everything I'm talking about happened to me on Twitch. The Twitch I can actually see. I can actually, see who my followers are. Twitter, I can actually see who's following me, and we can be mutuals or not be mutuals. There's programs out there that track people who unfollow and everything like that. I have enough followers on Twitter that I have to kind of be vigilant with that. I don't make the rules, and it does tell me when people unfollow me. Sometimes not to their own. It's Twitter's been going through a freaking wild, crazy thing lately, so. People are basically, losing all their followers all at once. And it happens on Twitch too. They clean things out. Twitch is a little bit easier. Most people who follow me remain following me, remain mutuals. It's really easy. Track of. And I don't know, maybe if I get over 1,000 it would be more difficult to keep track of. I do follow a few people who I'm not mutuals with, but I don't make any distinction that we're mutuals at all. And again, my interactions, I think it's, you obviously know one that I definitely follow. You know a few that I definitely follow because they are major and they had a big influence on why I am a streamer. I started on YouTube, but they are one of the major reasons that I'm a streamer, and they didn't really play into a role of why I became a VTuber, but they are why I'm a streamer. So, and I still follow them. I don't really have time to watch them, and it gets to a point where is it really worth still following? I am literally becoming mutuals only. And it's for my own protection. I'll make no I won't beat around the bush at all for about this. I will tell you exactly how I feel. And it is definitely for my protection. I do not collab with somebody that I just met. We have to have some type of, conversation and stuff like that as mutuals. It has to happen. They have to somewhat like me, and not just because I drew them something, not just because I made them fan art. That's not a reason for them to like me. It might bring them to the table and to interact with me, but it's not that's not going to, because you like the way I drew you, is not going to basically get us to be doing a collab together. And again, for my protection, and I know I would say I am protecting you as well, but I'm not, I'm not going to help or harm your career. You're gonna do that all on your own, and if we collab, it's basically what it's going to be. It's going to promote you through my community, and if we have a shared community, if our community is completely shared, there's not really much of a promotion. And as far as promoting me, I don't care about the clout. I'm just here to have fun. And a month ago, I was pushing to try to turn this into a career. I was pushing to try to turn this into something that was be monetized, and I could do this. I did sponsorship, and it was a disaster. In fact, I made less money in that time than I did without it. And as soon as I gave up on trying to pursue it as a career, I started making money again. So it's not a career. This isn't a career to me. I don't care about the clout. I don't care. Again, somebody who's big, I don't want them to come into my thing and basically blow me up. I don't want that to happen. I really don't. It's, I'd rather organically get mutuals. I'd rather organically interact with people. I'm having enough fun as right now. I do wish it was a little bit more. I do wish I had few more people on my Twitch streams coming in and having conversations, but not much more. I mean, if it happens, it happens. I definitely think I could handle it, but and if it doesn't happen, I've done a majority of my streams I've done by myself with no interaction with anybody else. The majority of my streams. The majority of my streams is just like this. Just me. And hopefully you guys see the VOD. And it's here on YouTube. I don't really save my VODs on Twitch. I probably should. There's a few things I would like to clip and I would like to see when I raid. And I don't know how to make that happen. I like that happens. I'm going to ask somebody how to do that. But I'm at work. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. I really do. And as always, take care. All right? Take care.